This episode of Hunting Hot Seat is brought to you by Beretta. 500 years, one passion.
The Boone and Crockett scoring system, is it good or bad for hunting? David and Gary tackle that question on this week's Hunting Hot Seat.
David, there's a lot of discussion going on right now relative to buck size. The emphasis on trophy buck size, is that good or bad for the sport?
Well, Gary, I think it's good, frankly, because I think the Boone and Crockett scoring system, and obviously we like gross score because it tells you what the deer grew. I think it's a means of common communication and comparison, and whether people will admit it or not, we're competitive. And it gives us a means to kind of compare and to compete a little bit in a passive way, and a means to communicate. It's a common means.
Yeah, I think in some cases it's an individual thing. Like for me, I think I got so into it, I got to where I felt guilty harvesting a huge deer. Going back to Wisconsin, though, I rediscovered my roots of the joy of hunting. And, like anything, you can take it too far, but I think it's good for the sport.
I think it's good for the sport. I think it's kind of brought hunters together. And Gary, like it or not, men are goal-oriented, we're competitive, and it's given us a mean to say, Gary, how did you do this year? Oh, I killed a 170 or whatever it was. And I'm thinking, well, mine's a little bit better. Wait till you hear what I kill. Boone and Crockett score gives us that common currency among hunters.
Well, it goes back to when you're in grade school. When you work hard and you get an A on your report card, it feels good. And a big deer that you grew means you were a good land steward in the end.
And that's exactly right.
It comes back to your relationship to the land.
Yeah, don't let it get out of hand, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like the Boone and Crockett scoring system as a general reference point for evaluating a buck. But I like gross score. I believe in giving the deer credit for what the good Lord gave him. If you want to talk about nets, we better be eating shrimp.
This week's Hunting Hot Seat was brought to you by Beretta. 500 years, one passion.